Hi, I'm T&M. And today, I want to talk about a question that every solo entrepreneur eventually faces. Should you scale your solo business and start hiring, or is it actually smarter to stay solo? This question haunted me for a while, especially when things started to take off. Client work was steady, my newsletter subscriber count was growing, and I started generating real revenue from my content. And that's when the voices started coming in. Friends telling me, maybe it's time to hire someone. Books saying, build a team, or you'll never scale. And my own inner critic whispering, if you don't start expanding, you'll hit a ceiling. So I started to ask myself things like, should I get an intern to help me with editing? Should I hire a VA to handle customer support? Should I start an actual company and build a team? But here's the thing, I chose not to hire. I stayed solo and my income doubled. Let me tell you why. Because often, what we think is a lack of time or not enough hands problem is actually just not having enough clarity. Let me give you a real example. A friend of mine is a freelance designer. His business grew fast, so he hired a design assistant, and then a project manager. Within months, he was spending 2 full days a week on internal meetings, reviewing drafts, relaying client feedback, managing schedules. What used to take 2 hours now took 2 days. And when payday came, he realized something brutal. Revenue was up, but his bank account was emptier than ever. I've seen this happen so many times. And I almost went down the same road until I stopped and asked myself 3 questions. 1. Am I really the only person who can do this work? 2. Can this task be automated, simplified, or redesigned? 3. Am I short on time or just avoiding fixing my systems? The truth was pretty clear. I didn't need people. I needed better processes. So I made some big changes. I broke my content creation into a repeatable system. I automated my client onboarding and follow-up emails. I turned my knowledge into digital products, things that sell on their own, without me having to trade time for money. And most importantly, I redefined what growth actually means. We've been told that growth means scaling up. More people, bigger team, bigger office, more complexity. But what if that's not the only way? Because sometimes, real growth isn't about going big. It's about going deep. 1 person, 1 laptop, 1 clear system. That's all it takes to build a high margin, high impact business. Now let me be clear. Some people thrive with a team. If you love managing people, if your business model truly depends on it, go for it. But if you're like me, a content creator, coach, consultant, or service-based entrepreneur, you don't have to scale by hiring. You scale by getting crystal clear on your niche, creating repeatable systems, and building digital assets that work while you rest. Here's the best part, when I stopped obsessing over how do I scale with people, I started focusing on how do I scale without them. And that's when things took off. Revenue grew. Stress went down. Freedom went up. So if you're currently wondering, should I hire someone right now? I want to gently challenge that. Because hiring isn't the only upgrade. Sometimes, the real upgrade is designing a smarter solo system, one that actually fits you. If you want to learn how I do that, I've put everything into a set of digital resources, frameworks, and systems, all available on my Gumroad. The link is tmtmtm.gumroad.com. You'll find templates, courses, and tools to help you build a profitable solo business without burning out or managing people you don't want to manage. Thanks for watching. I'm T&M, and I'll see you in the next video.